catch 'em all.
Alright everyone, so the way that this video is going to work is that there are 547 available Pokemon to use in PvP right now for the Great League, and I thought I would go ahead and challenge myself to do a non-meta team, so let's see how well I can do in a 5-match setup. So actually I did the math. 547 divided by 2 is 273.5, so let's say 274 and higher, and yeah, higher number, higher ranking. So need a queen and on down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna figure out a team to use that I think would do somewhat decent and that I already have powered up and all that, because it will require a lot of Stardust for some of these. So let's go ahead and let's look at the Pokemon that I'm going to be using. Alright, so this is the team that I came up with. I chose to start with Arcanine with Fire Fang and Wild Charge. I went for Pokemon that didn't have to power up or barely had to power up that much, and also didn't have to move around the charge moves or the fast moves. So I went ahead and did Fire Fang and Wild Charge Arcanine. That would be a good, up against your flying types with the Wild Charge, or up against your grass types like your Meganiums, Venusaurs, and it's a good starter because Wild Charge is going to lower its defense, so if I need to I can switch to Sandslash or Roselia, and then Sandslash is like my rock and my steel, mostly Registeel counter with Mudshot and Bulldoze. Bulldoze is a fast one, so I did not mind having to use him. And then also Roselia with Poison Jab and Sludge Bomb. So let's go ahead and take a little look at how they match up a little bit. I know I have a weak flying type with Altaria and Swampert, but I do have, Wild Charge on the Arcanine if I have to. And then Diaz's defense form, I will have a kind of big problem. I would try to play that by ear, but other than that, I mean, you can see some of them are close losses, some of them are actually wins. I wanted to test this out and see how it goes, so let's go ahead and let's look at the stats of my Pokemon so that we can. I don't have rank 1s or any of these, and I don't really have any rank 1s of the non-meta Pokemon, so let's go ahead and look at the stats. Alright, so my Arcanine is the CP of 1492 with 17.5 level, so Arcanine is definitely not a meta Pokemon because of how low that level is right there. 17.5 out of 40, so Arcanine's got some, I think you can go over 3,000 CP, so that's really not that good at all. It's got 12 attack, 15 defense, and 14 stamina. So not terrible. I mean, it's good IVs, but it's not good for really great leads. So it will be a challenge. I only have Fire Fang and Wild Charge on it. So let's go ahead and look at Sandslash real quick. I have 1477. I didn't have that very good of one. I wanted a ground type, and it's level 22, so it's not like it's super low leveled or anything. 13 attack, 15 defense, 15 stamina, so another good IV one, but it just does not help out with vital in the Great League. I do have Mudshot and Bulldoze. Mudshot is a good fast attack. Bulldoze is a pretty quick charge, so I'm hoping I can run into some Registeels in my 5 sets. Well, in my set of 5. And then Roselia, 1487, so it's a little bit more ideal. Level 30, definitely closer to that maxed out level 40, so I do like that part. It's got 4 attack, 12 defense, 10 stamina, so that is, a little bit better right there. And then fast move with Poison Jab and then Sludge Bomb. I want to see how I can do with this. I know it doesn't have any grass type moves, so I will not be able to do much against your ground types. So I'm going to have to take a risk, but let's go ahead and see how this team does. Alright, so we're about to do a couple of matches here, And I'm leading off with my Fire Fang Wild Charge Arcanine. Let's go ahead and see how this first battle takes place. I do mess up in this first battle, so bear with me just a little bit. So I'm going to start off with a couple of Fire Fangs. I accidentally switched to Sand Slash, and that was a big mistake. I was trying to switch to Roselia, and that just did not work out. So I had to shield up while also trying to use Bulldoze to try to get a good chunk taken out of Azumarill. It does get it down to half, but that bubble is just getting us down, and this Ice Beam would completely, wreck us in one hit. So we shielded both Ice Beams. We're going to do another Bulldoze, and we should be able to get over to our next Pokemon in just a little bit, but I do believe they get us pretty low. We switch over, and then they're going to use an Ice Beam. It is going to do super effective damage. So we are down to a Slither, and then they use Skarmory and finish it off, and then we put it in our Arcanine. I do have Fire Fang and Wild Charge, so it is a good counter for Skarmory, but that Sky Attack is going to do a big chunk, and then we're going to do Wild Charge. It is going to lower our defense, but it's going to take it. And then we are going to try to get off a Bulldoze to finish off this Azumarill, but it does have a shield, so that first battle is lost. Alright, going into battle number 2, I decided to switch things up, and I switched to, I do believe, Roselia in the second match. So let's see, yes, we start with Roselia, and we're going up against Umbreon. The first 2 matches didn't go as well as I thought it would, but we are trying to get off a Sludge Wave. We are going to tank this. We're going to take the Foul Play, and it does do a good chunk of damage. Does not knock us out though, so we are going to try to use the Sludge Wave, and then we're going to try to swap out, I do believe. Alright, so we're going to swap out to Mud Slap and Bulldoze Sand Slash, just because Bulldoze charges up really fast. Actually, they put in Jirachi, and I don't know why, because it's a Steel type. It's trying to get destroyed by Bulldoze. I mean, you'll see in just a bit when it does take Mud Slap and Bulldoze. Alright, so we bought that Doom Desire. We're going to charge up just a little bit more, and then we're going to use Bulldoze. I don't think it uses the shield on this one, and it does not, and it completely takes it out. We do see another Jirachi down in this video, but for now, I know that this one has Grass Knot, so I am going to get a Bulldoze off real quick, and then I'm going to switch over to Arcanine. So we switch to Arcanine. We're not going to shield it, because Grass Knot is not going to do much damage. So we go ahead and take that, and then we are going to try to get up to our Wild Charge. We are going to shield this, so that way we can take out this Umbreon, because Wild Charge will be able to. The only bad part is that it does debuff our defense, and so we do go down 2 stages for defense, but we should be able to take care of it with Fire Fang. Well, actually, I do believe Arcanine goes down to this Dark Pulse, yep, and then we bring in our Sand Slash, so that way we can just Mud Slap it down, and there we go, and Bulldoze is coming. Should take care of this Cresselia, and here we go. Nope, it is one more hit. We do switch, so that way we can try to make sure that we can Bulldoze it down. And then they use Grass Knot, not very effective. And we do get a couple more Poison Jabs, which does help because 3 more Mud Slaps and it is down. Alright, third battle. Let's go ahead and see. Poison Jab and Sludge Wave Roselia is the starter. I don't know why I decided to do Poison Jab and Sludge Wave. I was kind of expecting to get Azumarils, but I mean that or Sand Slash would have been the best starters to do, or even Arcanine really. I mean, none of them were bad. I am trying to get off this Sludge Wave right here, and we do. I don't know if it's going to shield. Let's see if it shields. And it does shield, so we are going to switch into our Mud Slap, Bulldoze, Sand Slash. We're going to shield this. Yep, they're going to do, I do believe, Foul Play, yep. And then we are going to try to get a Bulldoze off. They do switch into Venusaur, which is bad for us, but we do have Bulldoze. And I do believe they shield it. we are going to be switching because, you know, we're going to get knocked out. There we go. They take us down with a couple more Razor Leafs. And then we go into our... oh, I do waste the time a little bit so that way I can swap if I need to. And we are going to bring out our Arcanine. We can Fire Fang and bring it down a little bit. We are going to shield this right here because it does have Sludge Bomb. I figured that it was going for a Sludge Bomb, so I did shield it so that way we can just spam it down with Fire Fang. And we do have Umbreon trying to attach. It's another foul play. We should be able to tank it. And we do have a little Slither left, and we have Wild Charge going. And we are going to hit off that Wild Charge. And we are going to swap out so that way our defense doesn't go down completely. We do waste that second shield. Then I do another foul play. There's the foul play right there. We still take it. And they bring in the Starmie. It's alright. We have, let's see, Arcanine is gonna actually go down. Yeah, this one, okay, we were 1-1 now. Just because we lost that first one and won the second one. And here we go. And that's the end of that battle. Let's go ahead and get to the next one. We start off with Rosalia again. And let's see how this one turns out. Alright, so we're starting out with Rosalia, and we're going up against Jirachi. We are going to swap over to our Sand Slash, just because it does so much damage. I don't believe yeah, they do swap out, yes. So they do have their Stunfisk, and actually we do have the advantage here because they are part electric, so that makes it so they're weak against us. We're going to shield this though, because they do have Mud Bomb. Now still do decent amount of damage, and I do want to get off a Bulldoze, because the Bulldoze will do a good chunk off, as you can see right here. After we get this Bulldoze going, they don't shield it, and so it takes it down to a little Slither, so that's great. Alright, so we're going to shield this next one, trying to finish off the Stunfisk. They use Mud Bomb, and then we're just going to Mud Slap it down, and then we have a Bulldoze ready for our next Pokemon. We're going to swap out. I'm trying to remember what they switched to. They switched to, yes, Blossom. We do switch to our Poison type. They are going to get destroyed by Doom Desire and the confusion that they have. Alright, Doom Desire is going to take us down to a little bit. We are going to get a Sludge Wave going first before we get knocked out. So we are going to try to use up that shield, and we did. There we go. And we are going into our Bulldoze since they got rid of their shield, and this is gonna knock it out right here. Alright, look how much damage that Bulldoze does. It does great. And really, we can just use Fire Fang because they do have Leaf Blade, and that's not going to do anything to us. If they had a Poison type move, that would at least do a little bit more than this. Leaf Blade doesn't do much. We are just going to Fire Fang it down. And there we go. That's how we win the 4th battle. On to the last battle right here. And it's actually quite short compared to the other ones. Alright, let's get it started off. We start off with our Sand Slash. We do go up against the Azumarill, so we do switch over to Rosalia. Alright, so Rosalia is going. And they are going to swap out. They're going to bring out Flareon, which is not good for us. We're going to try to get some Sludge Waves off so that way they can use up their shields. They're going to use up one right there. And then we're going to actually go down before we can get the second Sludge Wave. But we are going to switch over to our Mud Slap. We're going to shield this, even though we didn't really need to. I think it has Flamethrower. Yes, it has Flamethrower. We stop it. And then we're just going to Mud Slap it down. We do have a charge move going. I am going to overcharge just a little bit, so that way by the time I get done with this Bulldoze, we can swap over to Arcanine, because the only water type move it has is Bubble, and that doesn't do entirely a whole bunch to us. We are going to shield this though, so that way we can try to keep up there, so that way we can use Wild Charge and still have some HP to survive. Wild Charge is going to take down this Azumarill right here. Alright, and there we go. And then they're going to bring out their Starmie. So we do have the advantage right here. All I have to do is just Fire Feint it, and then Wild Charge. I got that off before they used Air Slash. I'm pretty sure they're trying to go for like Flash Cannon, but that Wild Charge is going to take care of that Starmie. Alright, so this was my non-meta team with Arcanine, Sandslash, and Roselia. What do you guys think of this team? Should I do more challenges like this? Is there any other challenges you would like me to do? If you have any suggestions, go ahead and leave them down in the comment section down below. Other than that, make sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell so that way you won't miss another video. I am Elite Trainer CJ, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.